The difference between the realist and the liberalist are this. First, the realists are considered pessimists because they think in humans as aggressive and self-serving beings, while the liberalists are considered as optimists because they see the human race as cooperative and that can be led to do some good. The other difference is that the realists are state-centric system while the liberalists have cooperative norms and international system agreements. In other words, the realists think the government is first and the liberalists think that the international organizations and all those stuff are first for a cooperation between the world. The last difference is that the realists they do not believe in the international organizations because they think the countries can use them to pursue their own interests, while the liberalists believe in the international organizations because they say they create justice and peace.
Nationalism and ethnic problems. Ethnic problems causes nationalist problems and the way around. The race that creates the country or the government believes that it's better than the other ethnics. The example is the Nazi Germany and the Jews. This was located in Western Europe from 1939 to 1945 during the World War II. Adolf Hitler was the main actor and also Hermann Göring because he was the second in charge, also the Nazi Germany. The problem was that the Germans believed that Jews weren't humans, so they didn't treat them like that, and they believed that they should be exterminated.
A religious conflict is a conflict primarily based on a dispute between two or more religious groups and or dissidents. An example of a religious conflict is the one that happened in India 2 years ago, in 2014. The main actors were the Bharatiya Janata Party, also known as BJP, and the religious minorities, which were Muslims and Christians. What happened is that during the elections of that year, the BJP won, and since it is a Hindu nationalist party, they tried to impose Hinduism as the one and only religion in the country, leaving aside the minorities, which were Muslims and Christians.
Economic conflict is a dispute over the control of the resources of certain place. The perfect example will be the Persian Gulf War in Kuwait from 1990 to 1991. The main actors were Saddam Hussein, the UN, President George Bush of the US, President Hosni Mubarak of Egypt, between others. Iraq, under the orders of Saddam Hussein, wanted the oil resources from Kuwait and an invasion was ordered in 1990. The Egyptian President Hosni Mubarak, frightened of the situation, called for help to the US and other Western nations. The war began with the Operation Death Storm, which was a massive and air offensive in January 1991. 42 days later, President George Bush declared a ceasefire since most of Iraqi forces had already run or surrendered.
A territorial conflict is a disagreement between two or more nations for the control of a piece of land. An example of this can be the Korean War, which took place from 1950 to 1953. This was held between North Korea, which was helped by the USSR and China, and South Korea, which was helped by the United Nations and the United States of America. It all started when North Korea invaded South Korea. They crossed the 38th parallel, which was the barrier between the two. War broke out between the two nations. With the help of the United Nations and the United States of America, they were able to regain the territory up to the 38th parallel and then beyond it, which made the North Koreans very insecure. So they turned into China for help, which helped by giving thousands of soldiers. They were able to push the South Koreans back to the 38th parallel, and that's the situation today. They are in the 38th parallel and they cannot cross it.